Right, there's a video for a Honda Civic. It's a 1.8 EX top of the range car, 09 plate, with 50,000 miles, or just over, recorded now. The EX is at the top of the range car, but this one's been fitted with three fairly major options on the vehicle. Those include this lovely big glass panoramic roof, a full black leather interior with heated seats, and these fantastic looking upgraded 18-inch alloys, which are a Honda option, nearly £1,000 just for the wheels alone. So you've got probably sort of £3,000 plus of options on this car. Just to go around the car for you. So when you come to the near side of the car, you've got, unfortunately it's a bit damp today, so it's not ideal for this, but I do apologise. I have to squeeze these in when I can. But the front wing looks very good indeed. Front Michelin tyre, it's got lots and lots of tread on it, and the alloy generally good. Just a few little marks on there. You can just see on the spoke there, got one there, that's actually quite light, might polish, might not. And again, likewise with that one there. Curbing's fairly minimal. The tyre, which is a Michelin, so got loads of tread. Just on the inside, you've got a little bit of bubbling up there. But given the age of the car and what those wheels can be like, they're actually very, very good. Well, the panel work generally is very, very crisp indeed. So I can't see any major sort of indentations or otherwise on there. Coming to the rear wheel, again, another Michelin tyre. I'll do the tread in a second on that one. The spokes are very good. But again, just got a little bit of bubbling up on the inside of the spokes there. And tread is absolutely, there's plenty of tread on there. So I come to the back here. So we go around the back of the car. You can just see the one little mark there. I'm not sure it's a mark, whether it's, yeah, I could just do a little touching on there. Rear parking sensors have been fitted to this vehicle as well, so there's another option on there as well, actually, which I wasn't aware of. But generally around the back of the car, it's all in very nice order. Again, one other tiny little one there as well. Again, just seeing if it rubs rather than, but again, just a little touching would get rid of that completely. So near side of the car, as with the offside, very, very crisp indeed. I can't see any sort of, again, major indentations or even minor ones on there. Rear tyre, again, another Michelin. Alloy, again, very good. Same issues, just on the inside of the spokes, just a little bit on there, and tons of tread on the tyre. It's all very nice, sort of clean and crisp there. Finally, just to finish off, obviously a full set of Michelin tyres, always a good sign of ownership actually. And alloy exactly the same as the others, and tons of tread on that tyre. But overall, very, very clean on the exterior. Wheels are generally very good, because a lot of those can be far worse condition than that. But that's just the only way I can see on the exterior of the car. Just to quickly show you the boot area of the car. Obviously you've got the parcel shelves there, all good and intact. 60/40 fold on the rear seats, and it's a huge boot in these Civics. You've got a power outlet at the back as well, but it's one of the biggest in its class. Let's go into the back of the car here. We've got the near side rear door card, looks absolutely superb. Just show you in the back here, got these seats in the upright position. This forms part of what these call these magic seats. Brilliant, very clever design. Allows you this extra storage area in the back of the car without impinging on the rear boot space. But just so well conceived and done by Honda. Offside rear door card, really very good. Drop this down, literally just pop that up, lower it down, exactly the same on that. It's beautifully engineered, and then you can see the leatherwork in all its glory, and it's in really fabulous condition. But tons and tons of rear leg room as well, because obviously normally a big boot means small, or you know, it gets means the leg room so that it gets eaten away at, and likewise you've got lots of leg room, normally means you've got a small boot, but Honda achieved both. Right, coming to the front now, driver's door card, all very, very good order. Even the kind of the plastics around here are generally good. There's a few little minor marks, but they're very small indeed. Some of these can be worn away if people have got sort of rings or sort of trinkets on their bracelets, that kind of stuff. But that's very good. Obviously the leather work comes into the doors as well. Sill area, all very good indeed. And driver's seat in excellent condition. You know, the only sign you're going to bit of wear you'll ever see on a leather seat on this side is normally just getting in and out. People just sort of scuff them very slightly, but it is minimal. And then coming across here, passenger seat again, very, very good indeed. Right, sat in the car now, engine's running. Just to quickly pan down here, just to show you, we've got the full owner's manual pack and the original Honda lock and wheel nut there as well for the car. Interior's in very, very good condition. You know, this just shows this wonderful, wonderful dashboard. Really lovely design, nice high up sat nav display there as well. Really simple, very high quality controls, dead easy to use. Down here, 6-speed manual gearbox, all in very, very nice order. And then you've got controls of your heated seats there, so it's just low and high for the driver's one, and then likewise for the passenger one, and they all work absolutely perfectly. Coming across, we've got the multifunction steering wheel. So we've got audio controls top left, cruise control top right, and then we've got information display bottom right, and hands-free and voice activation stuff on the bottom left there. Auto lights, auto wipers, and then this fantastic twin-tier dashboard. Works absolutely beautifully. Just to go in there, show you, it's now done 50,123 miles, and there's no warning lights on the car. You can see the engine is running at this point as well. But it's really lovely in here. They've got all power folding mirrors as well, so just quickly show you those, and they all work absolutely perfectly. But really, really lovely, very nice condition car, and this should now follow into a road test of the vehicle. Right, this is the road test video for a Honda Civic 1.8iX, registered RO09TPY. Mileage at the start of this road test is now 50,029 miles. Purpose of the road test really is for people who are coming a fair distance to us. We just want to give them the reassurance that they're going to come and see the car, that the car drives as it should, or if there's any issues with the car, then I can let you know about those prior to setting off. Reason being that we're now selling to customers from all over the UK and the near continent as well, and clearly if people are going to invest time, energy and money to come and see us and our cars, then we want to give you the reassurance to be able to make that trip in the knowledge that the car drives as it should. What I try and do on these road tests, brief as they are, is basically just to mimic kind of what you do yourself on a road test, and that is to check the mechanicals of the car and the other functions of the vehicle as I'm driving on, and also get just a sense for how the car drives as an example of this type of car. This car in question has been very well maintained, as you'll know from the previous walk around video, plus also the text of the advert. But what I always do with them is I always start with the engines on the vehicle and then go through the mechanical hardware. So starting with the engine, obviously we've got a Honda 1.8i-VTEC engine. These are always very, very, very sweet engines. This particular example starts absolutely on the button. It settles to a very quick and very instant idle on the car. There's no fluctuations. There's no strange noises coming from under the engine bay. No whining or otherwise. It's a beautiful example of what is a very, very good engine. You know, they give very good, strong performance, but you know, for a 1.8 engine, it gives incredible economy, which is very, very easily achieved. You know, when I've had these in the past, I've got sort of, you know, 43 to the gallon is what we claim, but that really is very, very easy indeed. What I'm going to do now, just whoops, let's go back through that one. I'm just going to reset the MPG and just see what it is at the end of the road test. But so I'm not going to hang about. I'm just going to drive normally to do that. So anyway, engine pulls really sweetly right through the rev range. There's no issues with the engine at all. It's a beautiful example. The clutch on the car bites absolutely perfectly, right in the sweet spot of the clutch pedal travel where it should be on the car, which suggests that the clutch is in fine order. To be fair, on the petrol engines, generally speaking, the clutches last an absolute eternity. You know, I think we've only ever changed one out of hundreds and hundreds of cars on a much higher mileage vehicle. The clutch pedal itself, it's quiet, there's no clicking or squeaking from the pedal, and very, very smooth in operation. That then goes through to this utterly brilliant 6-speed Honda gearbox. I'm just going to change gear for fun, really, just to show you. It's just got that brilliant precision that Honda are so good at achieving. This, like pretty much every car in its class, will have cables running from the gear lever through to the gearbox. Now, with a lot of cars, you lose a lot of feel, and they can be very vague, especially some French cars, Vauxhalls. They can have the gear sticks wobble about like mad. I mean, that is as tight as a drum down there. Every single gear goes into, just finds its way home. It's just like moving a switch, but with a lovely mechanical feel to it. It's a brilliant gearbox, and this is a wonderful example of one. It's in very, very, very good order. The steering on the car, there's no shudders. It tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's not a hint of vibration. But what I'm also looking for is kind of secondary motions within the steering, which suggest there might be a little bit of play in the little sort of ball joints or otherwise on underneath all the track rod ends and that kind of stuff. And there's nothing. It feels absolutely rock solid tight. It's really, really impressive. Likewise, the suspension goes about its big business absolutely perfectly. Again, I can't detect a hint of wear in the suspension of the car at all. You can hear it going over bumps, which is quite normal, but what you can't hear or feel is even a hint of looseness in the chassis. Everything has just got an instant motion to it. You just turn the steering wheel and it's going. There's no kind of slop where there's a bit of play in the suspension joints. So in that respect, I simply can't fault it. Brakes on the car, I'm just going to give the brakes a little dab right to the top of the pedal, pulls up dead straight. Again, not even a sniff of a kind of like a judder through the brake pedal, which again would suggest kind of warped discs or worn discs. The brakes feel very, very, very solid indeed. As I'm driving along now, it's sort of it's at speed. Basically, I'm listening out for things like any kind of wind noises that may sort of be intruding into the car, which shouldn't be there, and that's kind of stuff you might pick up with a broken window seal or windscreen not fitted quite right. But again, it's very quiet and very refined in here. With the whole car, genuinely, as I said, if it had an issue, I genuinely would tell you, because I've done it on previous videos where I found a little bit of sort of brake judder or a bit of slop, and it's something we've attended to at a later date. But I can't find even the merest hint of wear in the actual drive of the car itself. Just looking around the dashboard now. I mean, obviously this is the EX spec, so you get this lovely big high up sat nav display system on the car. The whole dashboard, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know exactly what I think of it. I think this is an absolute work of art in here. It's beautifully designed. It's really refreshing to find something completely different to what you'd get in any other car, but it's not for effect. This dashboard works, and it works perfectly in use. So what they've done is deliberately put the sat nav up nice and high, so you're not having to sort of lean down or crane your neck down to sort of take in the information. Then you've got really simple, high quality controls which control all the functions: radio, climate control, the sat nav system itself. Nice and high up, nice and simple to use, and all in perfect working order. You can also control climate control from the more conventional controls just here to the left of the dashboard, but again, which work absolutely perfectly. But the bit I like best on the dashboard in reality is this two-tier design on the dash in front of me. All this means is I've got the speed up nice and high. As I'm looking ahead at the speed limit coming up, I can back off, but I can see the speed I'm doing whilst looking ahead at my kind of peripheral vision. It's such a simple but such a clever design. It means you're not taking your eyes off the road. The whole dash exhibits no pixelation on any of the displays. It's all in perfect working order. There's no warning lights on the dashboard at all. I wouldn't expect there to be, but there is none. The temperature gauge is running at 1/3 of the way up the temperature, which is exactly where it should be on any Civic at any time, whether petrol, diesel or otherwise, when it's at normal operating temperature. Below the speedo, you then got the conventional dials, so things like it's got a big, bold single rev counter there. Again, incredibly easy to take in that information. In the middle of that, you've got an information display panel there as well. And it's all, as I said, it all works really, really nicely. A couple of little functions I do like on these Civics, some people don't know about them. Obviously, you can turn your traction control off if you want. There's a little button there, but you've also got a little button just down here to the right of the binnacle. That one basically changes the speedo from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. So if you were going abroad, just press and hold the button, it changes it to kilometers per hour, but also changes it from gallons to litres. So if you're travelling through France or Germany or anywhere in the near continent, then it's a really nice system to use. Not looking at gauging, I'm doing it 80 kilometers an hour, what's that in miles per hour, or the other way around. It just makes life a lot simpler. Coming down to the steering wheel here, again, just feels fresh. There's no wear on it at all. All the painted parts are in really good order. They can sometimes wear when people got rings or something abrasive's got onto them, but everything works absolutely fine. It's a multifunction steering wheel, so you've got your obviously audio, cruise control, so just press cruise light comes on, press set, and it's activated, and that's working absolutely perfectly. If I was to touch the brake or the clutch and turn itself off, or press cruise, so I'm just going to touch the brake pedal now, and it immediately disengages the cruise control. But everything on it works really, really fabulously. I think what's great about the Civics, and not only are they by country mile the most reliable and probably best built car in its class, in the real world of build, it's just the fact that you've got something so refreshing. You've got a car that gives you genuine character with a really lovely, beautifully styled interior. It's a hugely practical car, so you've got massive boot, loads of rear leg room, and those brilliant magic seats that showed on the previous video. But it's also a really dynamic car. I mean, some cars, they're well packaged, but when you drive them down the road, unfortunately, it all sort of kind of falls apart, really. They can feel loose and wandery. This has got a really, really tight feel about everything it does. The steering is incredibly direct, very, very precise. There's very little body roll on the car. I'm just going to deliberately drop back from the car in front just so I can go through the corners in front a little bit quicker, just to show you, because this is a classic one. I go through this corner and sort of most other cars in its class, and they kind of wallow about and sort of keel over. This just shows the Civics at their best, really, and hopefully that car in front will disappear a little bit. It just holds its line, and this is a negative camber corner. It's a horrible corner, really. So if I just turn in here, and just no drama at all. And I do that in some other makes and models, and they literally wallow about. They're bouncing up and down. You can imagine what that'd be like with kids in the back. There'd be a mess everywhere. But basically that's it. That kind of concludes the video. Just to let you know, just that brief test there, I've averaged 46 to the gallon. Not really trying very hard. You could better that very easily. You could get worse if you wanted to as well, but it just gives you an idea of kind of how easy it is to achieve those kinds of fuel economy figures. But great car. If I've missed anything on this video, then please do let us know, and we'll come back to you with any questions you might have about it.